Buongiorno, everyone. Welcome to Player Ratings here on the Magpie Channel TV. After that 2-0 defeat away to Manchester City, we're joined here again by the lovely Kendall. How we doing?
Yeah, all right, thanks. All right as you can be, as I say every week.
Yeah, the first couple of ratings I want to get from you is A, how was your Christmas? And B, has Steve Bruce just fucked that up?
My Christmas is actually really good. And I tweeted this morning saying that I'd woke up feeling proper happy and grateful, like considering the state of the world, and at the minute Christmas was mint. And then obviously I knew tonight that was just going to be ruined, but it's not ruined it too much. I think we all expected it, but 2-0 in the grand scheme of things against City doesn't seem too bad. No.
No, well, we'll get straight into it then, and we'll start off in goal as usual. And as the guest, I'll let you arrive with Caldalo.
Yeah, Caldalo for me, man of the match, like in our team, in my opinion. He's just
every week.
Pulled off some, every week. I mean, what can you do when your defence is like a friggin' what's it in a lock? Like, you can't do anything. Like, he's just, we say he's the best player, and he is. That's completely fair enough. But when you're having to do and deal with so many shots, like you've got to step up. He was really, really crucial for us again tonight. I think it could have been way, way worse. Second goal wasn't his fault whatsoever. He was flapping a bit, but you can't blame him for that. So Carl's an 8 for me again. I think I'd give him roughly an 8, 7, 8, 9 most weeks. So yeah, 8 for me again.
Well, it's just the same old story, isn't it? Because if it wasn't Dubravka over the last 2 seasons, this season it's Caldalo every game. If it's not Sir Maximin or Callum Wilson, it's the goalkeeper. Because we've got 100%. Nothing else. But that save at the end, at the back post from Aguero, what a save that was.
Yeah, really good.
I'll go on to the defence at right wing back, and DeAndre Yedlin. I can't understand why he keeps starting. Like when we're short, if we've got no other fullbacks, it's okay. Like 2-3 seasons ago, I loved Yedlin. He would have been my preferred right back, right wing back, whatever it was back in the day. But now we had Manquillo and Kraft on the bench and Jacob Murphy playing on the wing. Like, he would literally be my 4th choice in that situation. Fuck me. Like we got a bit of criticism in the comments for slating him a bit last week when he first came back, saying, "Oh, I thought he was decent," or "You're being harsh on him." But decent is an absolute best. And he's been frozen out of the team pretty much for months. And if he comes back and has a decent performance, is that good enough? Is that the standard we're aspiring to now? Like, people coming in and having decent games? Like,
that's what I mean. I think we're so bad. I think we're so bad that people have remember when Joe Linton had like that one decent pass against West Brom, and everyone was like, "Oh, he's going to be mint. Like, he's going to be class. Like, this is his season." I'm thinking, "Oh God, is this where we actually are? Like, is this what we've become? We've become people that we just think like a player just one good thing, and like that's just defined their season." So yeah, it's just a bit mad.
His crossing was the worst part today. Like, you can talk about him defensively all you like. Like, even when he was at his best, let's say 2-3 years ago, when I actually liked him, he wasn't great defensively. It was the work rate that he done forward, his pace and crossing and everything. But today he's crossing, Jesus Christ. When he actually beat his first man, which was twice maybe, it was massively overdone. Like, wasn't hitting anyone, going out for goal kicks, cleared quite comfortably. It was just shocking. I can't believe again he's in the starting lineup.
My Manquillo's on the bench as well. Like, he would be my real. If you're going to play like an actual right back, well, not today because we played right wing backs, but preferably I would have Murphy as a right wing back. Really, if that's the case, you want him to go.
But so would I. Like, I know it's Man City. Like, you've got to take them seriously. Murphy again isn't best defensively, and Manquillo's just come back from. I think he had the virus. We haven't seen him in a good few weeks anyway. So it's a tough situation, but. If there's one player I just really wouldn't have played, it was DeAndre Yedlin. It'd been 4th choice, so I think at best I can give him a 3 today. I don't think he was absolutely terrible, but his crossing just really pissed us off on every opportunity. Yeah. So 3, and Fabian Schär.
What did he really do apart from come to the top? Not like he wants like a bloody sign for Leeds. Get yourself cracked on, son, because what you're doing, he runs. I don't know what he runs into the floor. I don't know if I'm just noticing it now. Like, it's like he runs into the ground, so like he's slow. He just doesn't go anywhere any fast. Like, I don't know why. I'm just noticing it now. But my brother was like, no, he does that all the time. But I've never really noticed it that bad before. But until now, because obviously we're defending so much, and it's just made us notice it more. But I mean, what did he do? Not really great. He put in some ridiculous fouls. Like it could have been worse. It could have been in the box. It could have been like another Man City quarterfinal last year where he just did that ridiculous challenge. Like, oh,
he seemed to be flapping about a lot to me, like a fish on land.
It was literally it was pure scrambled egg, the defence tonight, especially for their second goal. Actual scrambled egg. There was just scrambles all over. No one knew what they were doing. I really don't know. 2, 3 if I want to be nice. Like, I mean,
up to you. Are you still feeling festive?
Yeah, you can have a 3, Shah, just because, you know, that's just because I feel canny, and Yedlin wasn't much worse than you, and he got a 3, so you can have a 3.
Fair play. I'll take Federico Fernandez, captain tonight. And I just feel he's still fatigued. I just don't think he's still fully there after the virus. And I don't like criticising Federico Fernandez because I actually think he puts in a solid shift whenever he can, particularly after lockdown at the end of last season. He was an absolute hero, chugging on for every game. So the work rate and the effort you can't fault, but when he's knackered, you can tell he's knackered. Like, he's like a missing piece. Like, it's like playing with 10 men at times. He's more of a hindrance than he is good. Today, especially for their second goal, I think he tried. Bless his heart. Like, he tried to get a foot into denied, but all he did was just play it into Ferran Torres' foot straight away. Like, yeah, it wasn't a great performance. But like, we're short on numbers at the minute. Lascelles is still out. I don't know if we could have played Hayden there. Maybe I would have preferred to see Hayden there. I don't know, but
I think he's been alright the past couple of games there. To be fair,
so disappointing performance from Fernandez, but I'll put it down to fatigue more than him just being shit like the others. So I'll give him a 5. And Kieran Clark.
To be fair, you know, Kieran Clark, like for me, the past couple of games, he's been the only one actually with the desire to play the ball forward as a defender rather than passing it backwards to Caldalo constantly, which everyone just seems to love to do. Like this vicious cycle of Caldalo clearing it and in 3 passes, it's back to him. It's like, what are you even doing? I rate Kieran Clark. I think he's very underrated for us. He's not like a world beater. He's never going to be the standout player in your squad. He's just not that sort of player. But as a squad player, and he's come in a team that he hasn't played in a lot, and so yeah, he's great. He's all right for me. I mean, he didn't do a fantastic job tonight, but yeah, Kieran Clark 5 as well for me because he didn't really do that much, but he did at least try and play the ball out. You know, like others don't, like no one does.
Yeah, in the last couple of games, I've noticed that he's been like trying to like pick the ball up and carry it, kind of like an old school Fabian Schär.
Yeah,
like, where he would like run forward with a ball. Like, I love seeing that. Like it's not really his forte. I don't think it's what he's typically done in the past. But it's nice to see, like when it's just passing it back and be boring. Like sometimes he doesn't even get very far. He might get tackled on the halfway line, but at least he's got like the desire to play forward.
He's the only one who's taken like responsibility to bring the ball forward. Everyone else just wants to pass it back and have no responsibility and don't want to deal with it. But at least he's actually trying.
Yeah. Matt Ritchie. Oh, fucking hell. He's another one. Frustrated the hell out of me the night. Like when we first signed him, like in the championship, he was great, and I know he's still a bit of a fan favorite among fans because I feel like I repeat and recycle this every single week. But like his heart and his passion, his dedication, he gets stuck in full-blooded tackles, blah blah blah. But like, what really does he do? Like, I feel like he was on toast today for Raheem Sterling.
Yeah,
like I just 100%. Feel like he shouldn't play against like top 10 teams. Like against the likes of like Brentford, Fulham, West Brom, they're probably the games that are best for Matt Ritchie.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, like, for squad depth, I was happy to keep him. But in the summer when he was linked with Bournemouth, I think for him personally, because I like him as a player, as a man, I would have liked to have seen him gone back to Bournemouth, like in the championship, close to his home. I think he really would have found his level there. I think he'd be absolutely outstanding for Bournemouth this season, but for Newcastle as a squad rotation player, coming in, left wing back against Man City, it's suicide, really. Like Bruce basically just threw him to the wolves. And not a great performance. His tackling was poor. Crossing was poor. I mean, he tried to get forward and stick some balls in, but when we haven't got an out-and-out striker there, he's just feeding off scraps. So yeah, another disappointing performance from him. I'd probably have to give him a 3 as well.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Isaac Hayden.
Again, you know, we rely on Hayden a lot. I think he's been one of the most solid players for us since when he was linked with a move away, and you know, he said, "I'm going to give 100% to this club," and since that point, he's give that and more. We are all seeing these players who are fatigued from the virus, and he came straight in, played 90 minutes off the bounce, and it was just like a struggle for him, and we saw it. The midfield, they're not doing a lot at the minute. That's where a lot of our problems lie. I don't think he did terribly today, but he didn't do anything of any merit, in my opinion. Like, didn't do anything great or save the game or whatever. Yeah. He didn't do anything wrong, though. Do you know what I mean? Either. So it's like, what do you really? You never fall. Isaac.
I thought it was a pretty typical Isaac Hayden performance. Yeah. Got stuck in, tried to win possession, pass it around the field a bit, but not really great. A lot of opportunities getting into the final third. So yeah, not really much you can do about that. No. And pretty much the same for Matty Longstaff. I feel like he was thrown in against the Wolves today. Like, he hasn't played a game. He hasn't started a game probably since last Boxing Day when we were in Manchester at Man United away.
Yeah.
Like where did he come from? Like, we've been calling for it. I was over the moon to see him get a start, but I feel like he should be maybe like bled in a little bit. Like, chuck him in against Man City. Come on, Bruce. Fuck me. But yeah, I don't think he'd done anything wrong today. I thought he really tried. He was trying to intercept. He was playing some quite positive passes out wide. But yeah, what could he do? I thought what he did do, the minimal, was good enough. It was an improvement on Sean Longstaff, to be damn sure. Yeah, I'm pleased he was dropped today. There was no Shelby on the bench, of course. So yeah, I'm pleased to see him anyway. And he tried, bless him. Like, that's all you can really ask for. But yeah, I'll give him a quite generous 6 because I just like him. Jacob Murphy.
To be fair to Jacob, he's come in. You know, he's took the chance with both hands this time to get a start in the team, and he was our most positive player, I think, today. I say positive, not good, because he was actually trying to run the ball forwards and he was getting the crosses in, and he had a chance like in the first half, and he maybe should have put it away more. But I'll give Jacob a 6 because at least he was actually trying to do something with the ball like we weren't. He was trying to get in the box. I mean, Yedlin's crossing was atrocious. Maybe it would have been more helpful if Jacob was putting in the crosses more. But if Matty gets a 6, Matty would have been my second choice. Apart from obviously Carl Darlow for like man of the match. So yeah, Jacob Murphy can have a 6. I think not really much else to say about him, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Like, if you had a bit more support on the wing, like instead of playing with Yedlin, like if it was like Murphy is a wing back and someone more positive like Maximin or Fraser out on the right, we might have had a bit more success because it was bloody Nathan Ake playing left back.
I know.
Like they had both Zinchenko and Benjamin Mendy on the bench, and they played bloody Nathan Ake. Like, that could have really been like an opportunity to get at them. Like, go to their weak side. They've got a fullback out of position, but no, like when you've got.
We never utilise it. We never utilise that, like their weaknesses, like as a squad ever.
No. Miggy Almiron on the other side, he frustrated the hell out of me today. He fell asleep. Was it the first goal? One of the goals. He fell asleep. The ball came to him. It was half cleared out onto the left hand side. He just wasn't aware of his surroundings. Had the ball picked off of him. Next thing you know, it's a goal. When he was getting forward, I think he had a bit. He wasn't quite lucky. Like, he didn't really have the options, as we said. Like, there was no one really around to help him out. But he just lost the ball every time he had it. So he didn't really pick his head up, look for a pass. He wasn't taking people on. He tried a few crosses, but none successful, as none of our wingers did, fullbacks and all. I thought him coming off was a good move, but I probably wouldn't have put Dwight Gale left wing. That was a strange move.
No.
But I would have took him off because he's just running into brick walls today. It wasn't his greatest game. He can have a 4. I actually feel like that's quite generous because he actually really pissed off today. Yeah. And striker fantastic, Joe Linton.
What can I even say about? Literally every single time he was getting the ball, he was just losing it. And then if they were getting the ball in defence, he wasn't even trying to intercept. He wasn't even trying to pressure them. He was just standing back, waiting, hopefully that they were going to make a mistake and that I would go to him. Like literally, they were in a triangle every single time he was there. They were in a triangle around him, 3 of their defenders, and they were just playing like pig in the middle with him, and he just wasn't even bothered, wasn't even trying. We all know like that he's not a number 9. We know that. We've seen it for a year. Like we know. But surely, if that was you, if it was me, right, and I was him, I'd be trying to do everything I could to change the fans' opinion and to, like, you know, excuse me. I'm getting so angry.
Chill out. Sorry, it's not a deep.
Excuse me. I've got a sore throat at the moment, so it's a bit bad. But yeah, 1 for sure. No.
I felt like a little bit sorry for Gillett on the night. Get yourself a glass of water if you need. Like, yeah, I felt a little bit sorry for him because he was just isolated again as he was all that season. And we know he's not a striker. When given half an opportunity, he's not going to take it. But like we've seen, like playing that formation, like when he's just so isolated, even when Callum Wilson plays there, there's just no help. The only thing he can do is track back and try and help win the ball in the middle of the park, hold it up. That's it. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I like I was saying, like Callum Wilson when he plays up there in Brucey's negative formation, 5 at the back. It's feeding on scraps. We've got absolutely nothing going for her. Gonna have a quick look in the comments while Kendall's having a meltdown. You good?
Yeah, I'm gonna discuss some more because I've got such a really bad throat at the moment. Just with cold, so I get angry and I'm like choking on myself.
We've gone through the starting lineup, and the subs weren't really much effect. Jamal Lewis was the first one on, 66 minutes to place Matt Ritchie, which was a pretty good move. I thought like for like a bit too much. Didn't really have an opportunity to change the game, but he annoyed me a bit as well. Like positionally, like we've said this since day one. Game. He's never in the right place at the right time. Like I was pleased Ritchie came off because, as I said, Raheem Sterling had him on toast. But when we made that change, I thought, yeah, that could be a good change. Like at least Lewis is more comfortable in that position. But if Sterling's having Ritchie all over, what's he going to do to Lewis? Lewis is probably going to be
worse.
Lewis is probably going to be sitting talking to Matty Longstaff in centre mid. He just didn't really get
he's
involved.
Just not like a left back. Like he's just not like. At best, I think I said on the player the other day. I think like at best he's like a wing back. Like defensively, that's where his abilities lied. I just.
He made one great run forward on the left-hand side, but it was Miggy Almiron, as I said, like just wasn't looking up. Like instead, he turned back. He didn't look at the overlap. He turned around, passed it back, and Lewis is miles out of position because I think we ended up losing possession. Disappointing performance. I'll not, even though he played 24 minutes, I feel like it's unfair to give him a rating because he didn't even really get involved. So I'll have to give him maybe another a 2 or a 3. There's the others that didn't make an impact. Andy Carroll came on, which I thought might have been a smart move, although because they were poor at the back. I think from the first 10 minutes, I thought we had pretty good possession in the first 10 minutes. We were getting free kicks in, but one ended up to DeAndre Yedlin, who's about 5'6".
Great.
Like Matty Longstaff's tiny. Like it was a pretty small midfield. The whole starting 11 really. Like there was no big guys up there. Joe Linton's tall, but not really physical enough, especially against like Ruben Diaz, John Stones.
Yeah.
So I think we were calling out for Andy Carroll, but like I think Carroll's maybe is a bit too physical.
Yeah,
like,
he came on like every time the ball comes to him, someone.
But I don't even think he needs to elbow people. I think the referees are on him straight away. Like the ball just needs to go up to him. It just needs to be a 50-50, and the referees are, well, that's probably a foul, Andy. So yeah, he didn't get involved in the game. Dwight Gale played left wing for the last 8 minutes. Like, what the fuck was that
it's
about?
It's made the decisions. It's just like
it's probably like it's just like bingo, innit? It's just pulling the balls out at random. Just chuck you in. Like the starting 11, the substitutes, everything from Brucey. But we'll get on to Steve Bruce. I'll let you start.
What is there really to say about him, to be honest? I found out today that he hadn't won more than, I know once. He's won in his career, he's won more than 3 times in a row once in his career, and it was with Wigan.
Really?
3 games in a row, yeah. He never ever, apart from that time, never won 3 or more games in his career in a row.
say stats like that, like always like hit the surface, and you shouldn't really be surprised, but like they do. Like when, like you
in
say,
22 years of managerial experience, he's never won 3 or more games in a row, apart from once with Wigan where he won 4.
Like, wow! Like when you say like the stats that he's like his win percentage, like he's like the lowest. He's got like the lowest win percentage of any manager that's won over like played over 300 games. It's like 32% or something. Least possession, least goals, chances, final third. Like they still surprise you, even though they shouldn't. Like we should be like thicker skinned to Steve Bruce by now, but like that's shocking. Like
shouldn't be so disappointed when things go wrong, because look what's happened. What has he ever done? He hasn't done anything of merit in his career ever.
Like his biggest achievements are a playoff final win and FA Cup runner up. He actually lost a game in FA Cup final where they were 2-0 up. Yeah, that's literally his biggest achievements in 2 years, like in 20 years. It's mad that he's actually in a job. But going into this game, I think everyone expected an absolute hammering. Where probably would have expected a 4, 5, 6+ win.
Yeah.
30% possession, which we actually surprised ourselves and got lower. It was about 24 overall. But any credit to Steve Bruce that we held them for so long? It was only 2-0 and it wasn't double.
I don't even think it was anything to do with us that it was only 2-0. I think it was more to do with the fact that Man City haven't been on fire in form. If I'm honest with you, like we've given our ratings. None of it was great for the defenders. Carl Darlow obviously saves us time and time again. So we all know they haven't been the City that we're used to. So I don't think it was anything to do with Steve Bruce's choices, or because he's made some questionable choices tonight. I'm not going to lie. You know, putting Joe Linton as a number 9 and putting Matty Longstaff in a game where he hasn't played for a year, and so no credit to him.
Like that probably is one of the worst Man City sides I've seen in many a year. Like they've been one of the best sides in the Premier League for the past 4 or 5 years. Well, I think without Aguero on the pitch, and if it wasn't for De Bruyne, they'd be a very bang average team. Like they've spent about 100 million in the summer just on Ruben Diaz and Nathan Ake. Like Nathan Ake was playing out of position. I still don't really know Ferran Torres. I don't really know if he impacts the team all that much. Gundogan's having a pretty good season. But I'd say like Nathan Ake was playing left back and they had 2 on the bench. Like why Steve Bruce couldn't have just seen that and maybe make a more positive change. Like take Yedlin off, put Murphy wing back, put someone a bit more positive on the right-hand side to go at them. It's just blind vision, innit? Like, the starting 11 was very, very questionable. The changes even more so. Yeah. But just not getting at them, that's the more frustrating thing, because I think at 1-0 at half-time, not too bad.
No, I would have taken that before the game, because as you say, we all expected it to be 4-5-0. Do you know what I mean? So 1-0 at half-time doesn't seem too bad whatsoever. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 2-0 doesn't seem too bad, but just when you watch it, you understand why we are so upset and negative about it. Like 12% possession in the second half. I mean, come on.
That's another stat for you right there.
Yeah.
I think the game was there to be got at. I'm not saying we were going to get anything out of it, but just to be a bit more positive, go at them, try and nick an equaliser. If we lost 2-1, if we just got a consolation or something, it looks good. Like at least we've got something to cheer about. It's like I say, like even 2-0, it's not that bad. But if we got 1 goal, just a little consolation, it would have been good. But Bruce just didn't have the beans to go for it. So it was just the same all game, like for substitutes.
Like, the problem is with this, it's like with Steve Bruce, it's always damage limitation. So 2-0 at him will be a fantastic result. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's always about like, you know, not how many you can win by, but how many can you not lose by. Like he just wants the least thing to make him look the least bad. So 2-0 at him won't be too like bad at all. I bet at 1-0 at half time, I thought he thought class, like rubbing his hands like this is great. And all the media will probably be feeding into it as well. But it's a horrific viewing. And considering the team at City have been the past few seasons, no one would have tuned into that tonight. They would have thought, God, I'm not sitting watching Bruce ball for 90 minutes. I'd rather stick pins in my eyes.
Everton were on the other channel. I'd rather watch Everton, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. I wouldn't blame anyone for watching that game.
Right, we'll wrap that up then. We've got Liverpool to come. That be an absolute bloodbath. We'll see how that one goes just before New Year. Good to chat to you tonight, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your holidays.
Yes, thank you. You too. Sorry, I won't choke. Next time. Thank you.
Not a problem. Cheers. Thanks for watching, everyone. Like and subscribe to the channel and enjoy yourself.